Hello YouTube, JoJo3102 here, and I have another video for you today. And what we're going to be doing today is we're going to be taking a look at the CRKT Thunderbolt. Okay, this is a Round Lake design made by CRKT. Okay, this is the large size. Come on, focus in there, buddy. This is the large size of this knife. As you can see, it is a Tonto point blade, kind of a modified Tonto point here. A little more rounded out down here. It's not squared off at the tip, as you would see with some or most other Tontos. And same here, it doesn't come straight. It kind of has this bevel here. Okay. So this is a good look at the blade here. This is a big size knife. Okay. This is, we're going to go ahead and go over the specs real quick first. Okay, overall, our open overall length is 8 1/4 and 8.175 inches. I can't talk tonight. I'm sorry, guys. Been a long day. Let's try that again. Okay. Overall length is 8.75 inches, or 8 3/4. Closed is 4.875 inches. Well, that's with the blade. That's with the knife closed. The weight is 7.4 ounces. This is not a light knife. Okay, this is a heavy knife. Okay. Okay, the blade length is 3.9 inches. The thickness is 0.13 inches for the blade thickness. Alright, let's see now. It doesn't want to cooperate. So there's your blade thickness. Okay, the blade steel is made of the 8CR 14 MOV. Okay, so it's 8CR 14 MOV blade steel. The finish is a black oxide finish on the blade here. Okay. It is a hollow grind design, as you can see. So you have the blade thickness right down to about the middle, and then here's where they've hollowed it out for, you know, for your blade. There's the edge of the knife. Got the edge in there all the way around. Okay. Continuing on, as I said, it is a Tonto style tip on the blade. It is anodized aluminum for your handles. Okay, this is a brass anodized insert for some contrast. It is a liner lock. Yeah. So as you can see, you open it up here. There's your liner lock that comes nice and even. Comes over really far, 3/4 of the way. Hang on, get some light here. Okay, so it does come over 3/4 of the way onto the blade. Okay, very nice, strong lock. Listen to that sound, that lock up. Oh, that's nice. And it does incorporate the LAWK, L-A-W-K system, where you push this lever forward. Once that's engaged, okay, this keeps the liner lock from disengaging so that it won't shut. So this turns this knife into a almost fixed blade style knife. Okay, now a lot of CRK designs have this lock system where you, once it's locked in with your liner lock, you push the lever forward, the LAWK system, and it keeps the blade open, helps keep the blade open. I normally don't use it when I have this blade open. I'm not used to it. It's not something that I always have because sometimes I find when I'm done with it and it's on, I forget to turn it off so I can close the blade here. Okay, the whole opening is an oval shape. Okay, and it does have these friction contours here, so that when you grip into it to open the knife, you can have a better grip here to open up the blade of the knife. All right, oh, let's focus here, people. Right, let's move my light around here a little closer in here to where I'm working. Okay. All right. So this is the Thunderbolt. I picked this up in the beginning of January. I've been holding on to it for a little while. Just kind of testing it out. I won't say I don't like the knife. It's not one of my, I will admit it's not one of my top favorite. Definitely a hard knife to EDC. For one, it's heavy. I mean, like I said, that doesn't really bother me, but it's awkward. And because of this blade clip, because of where the pocket clip is. The pocket clip is on most knives is usually centered. This one's off to the side. I guess it's because they couldn't pull it down further here, and they'd have more of the knife showing. And I don't think they would have fit it really well here. I don't know why they didn't put it down here. It looks like it would have fit. But because it's off-centered, it sits awkward and more forward in the pocket than what I'm used to. So it's just weird. It just, like I said, it just fits weird in my pocket. But still a nice knife. I use it a lot at home. You know, I've used it to open packages, bigger packages, break down some boxes, things like that. So it is pretty cool. This liner, or not the liner, this pivot here looks like it's a special, some kind of special, like you need a special tool to tighten it. I'm not really too familiar with that. But all in all, it is a nice quality big size knife. This is something you could use out at the workplace, on a job site, in construction. It will take a nice big hand to hold on to it. You can, you know, if you have big hands, you will feel that you've got a grip on this knife. If you're small hands, this may be a little bit too much. You know, it may feel like it's too much of a knife or too big. It will work well with gloves. Like I said, because of this friction hole here, you can still get the pad of the glove in to get it open. Okay? And opening it and closing it, you can still grip, because of the jimping here on that liner lock is really thick, nice, rough jimping here on the liner lock, so you can get it closed. All in all, this is a pretty cool knife. One of the things I do like the design of the blade. When you look at it, you know, with this oval shape here and the way the blade comes down at an angle, even with this tanto point, it just has a really cool look to that blade. Okay? Like I said, this is a brass insert. They said to use for a little bit of contrast on here. These are some swell points, you know, for holding on to it to get some, so you can help with grip. Okay? All in all, I picked this up at Hudson Trails. I think for $35, not a bad price, you know. You can definitely take the clip off, use it with a bigger sheath as opposed to putting it in your pocket, if that's something you're into for yourself. But I just want to go ahead and give you a little look here at my, you know, a little bit of thoughts on the Thunderbolt here. They do make a smaller version of this knife. So that might be something that you may be into if you think this knife is too big. I probably won't get the smaller version of the knife. But they also make a serrated version where the serrations are half serrated and then the plain edge. And then they also have the serrations here on the tip of the tanto blade. Now that I thought was pretty cool, because I've never really seen a tanto with serrations on this portion of the blade. Okay, so this was fully serrated here, partially plain edge here, and then partially serrated the rest of the way. Okay, so that's the CRKT Thunderbolt. Okay, very nice knife. Good to have in the collection. Not really a great EDC knife in my opinion. Something that could definitely be used as an EDC. But definitely something that is good for the workplace, construction site, contractors, you know, things like that. Alright, so there you go, YouTube. And as always, thank you and peace. Knuckleball.